they told us to write down like a story, something that you've witnessed or something that happened to you or that happened to somebody else. Like tell a story about like racism, bullying, any of that. So I was just like, oh, that's bullying, right? Because something happened to me, so I wrote it down. So basically, what happened was I was coming from Kmart, and the car pulled up like next to me, and they throw a can of beer, and he hit just in the like in front of my feet, and it splashed. And these guys was like, "Go back to where you from," and I was like laughing. I was like, "Oh shit, this nigga nearly got me with that beer, man."
You didn't realize what he said.
I didn't even care. So I wrote it down. I'm thinking I'm writing about bullying, right? So in my head, I'm like, that's bullying. You know what I mean? Mm. So I sent it to the teacher. The next day, I'm coming like in the morning. We just walking out, and the teacher comes and is like, Fabrice. And I was like, so I was reading your paper, and I'm sorry that you had to go through that.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I was just like,
it was just normal, yeah.
So she started explaining. She's like, do you feel comfortable like speaking in front of a class? It's like if you feel comfortable, we can just like put you at the front and just explain your story. That's extra mark for your points. Like next assignment, if you don't make it or if you don't score, like you can use that as look. I still got extra point on the side, you know what I mean? Because Living Justly was more like talking, like being verbal about your experience or whatever. Just anything that happens in day-to-day life. Anyway, so, and I was like, nah, because I didn't think it was that deep, serious, that deep for me to go in front of people and start being like, so a guy pull out next to me, throw a beer, it splash on my feet, and the guy yells out, go back to where you came from. And I'm just like, yeah, it was really dramatic. No. To me, that was funny. Because I didn't know about racism. I didn't, like, these are the things we hear.
Like once you're here,
yeah, you know what I mean?
Not in Africa,
in Africa, no way.
Yeah, you know.
You hear it, but like you're too young to understand.
To understand what's going on.
And it's rare, you don't really hear it. Because
in Congolese culture, like we have different tribes, right? So to say me like Barega and Babemba or something, like one like the other, that's a form of like discrimination, you know what I mean? And that's a lot of things that we grew up hearing and we didn't really understand.
But we think that's normal though.
It's not normal though.
We know.
I know, we think it's normal. We're always trolling like, these niggas are like this, we laugh about it. But low key,
like,
it's fucked up.
It makes you guys separate. Like
my culture is known for being greedy. You know what I mean? So every time somebody, like, we go out, like, do you want to buy something? And they'll be like, nigga, I don't have money for that. They'll be like, yeah. Mushi. You niggas, man. Niggas don't spend, bro.
See, that's fucked up.
You know what I mean? So we normalize it. We don't find it as bullying or anything. We just find it funny. We laugh along. It's not traumatizing. It doesn't come from a dark place.
Yeah. But there was a
hatred.
I have another story. There was one time when I first moved to Perth. I was in the car with my brother. We were just driving.
That's last year.
Yeah, not too long ago. We're driving in the car on the highway. This old white guy, he's hinting to me something. Like, it's like, oh, put your window down. I put my window down. He said, you fucking black cunt.
Yeah.
This is like the second day when I first came. I'm like, no, WA is done. It's full of racist niggas. WA is done. I'm like, what? I'm like, bro, did you hear that? Because my brother, right? He's like me. He doesn't care about all that shit because he knows when you dwell in it, it makes you a victim and it's blah, blah, blah. And he's like, he just broke it down. He's like, don't worry about that. When you worry about things like that, it does nothing. Yeah. Just worry about being the best person.
So is that what you said after you put the window down?
Bro, I'm provoked. We were just in the car. I put my window down. I'm like, yeah, what's up? And he's like, you fucking black cunt? I'm like, what?
Is that what you said?
Like, bro.
Were you guys driving crazy or
no,
not?
Bro. We're just on the highway.
Yeah.
And he just sees niggas. Like, some people just have that hate inside of them. Like, they see like someone that's different. They're like, you know? Like, it's inside of it. It's sad, bro.
Yeah, that's some sad shit.
I feel like it's coming from uneducated and like they're not civilized enough to know the difference.
So you don't think someone can be educated and still be like
racist?
Yes.
No.
Them niggas up there, them freaking rich ass niggas.
So they're uneducated in terms of like no, like they didn't go to school or know the history. It's the fact that they don't know.
They're ignorant, basically.
Yeah,
They're
it's
just
the ignorance.
ignorance.
They know the truth.
They don't want to take that time to learn. Yeah.
You know? And some people can come off as racist without even knowing. Like they're trying to be friendly, but in a way. Hey, niggas.
What?
Pump your brakes, man.
This guy's speaking fast.
Oh, my nigga. You're like, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa, whoa.
You be in the club, and some
man.
like lit ass nigga that like some lit ass white guy, yeah, he's lit, like he's high or drunk or whatever. Just come up to you, hey, my niggas, you know what I mean?
Really?
Come on, bro, it happens.
No, it's never happened to me.
No, but like, you know, just niggas they'll be lit, you know, drunk or whatever, be walking in the street. But I wouldn't count that as racism though. But it's just them not
knowing,
you know.
You gotta throw hands immediately.
No.
Hold up.
I don't.
Nah.
Christian.
Let's go in this corner right here. Come on.
Come here real quick.
He knows.
Christian
I feel
almost
like
dead.
he would know that guy's not worth his time.
Yeah.
I would know that guy's not worth my time. I knew that guy in the car was not worth my time. That's why we didn't do anything.
You didn't know your brother made you think.
No.
Now, even if come on, he's in the car.
We're in the car, Moses.
like, you're on
So
the
you want us to
highway.
stop the car just to, you know what I
know
mean?
niggas that would
Man, stop this shit.
Chase.
Traffic light.
Chase.
Drop it, bro.
Fast and
That nigga
Furious.
would stop the car. What?
At the traffic light. Was that at the traffic light? Or
It
here?
was on the highway.
Like you're driving.
Yeah. So like, it was like a quick one, and then he just.
You just wanted to get that there.
In fact, speaking of like all these races, yeah, what's the one part of the world that you've said I'll never go here?
100% Europe. Europe is done. Europe.
You'll never go to Europe.
Europe is done, bro.
Europe is massive. West
Europe is done.
the whole Europe.
Europe has racism, bro. Europe is done. Like, you see how all these football players get abused on a daily? It's fucked. Even to this day, like, in the Euros, when Euros finish, they just beat up black people because they miss penalties. Like, what? Like, that's last year, bro. They beat up black people because a black person missed a penalty.
But I feel like football, like they have that deep passion.
Don't
Like,
they see?
No, I'm not condoning.
Bro, I
that.
was watching this guy Tanzania like I think he's supporting his team and he lost, and the guy comes with the camera and starts filming him. Was like, what's going on? Why are you crying? And then the guy starts talking like we the fans suffers. Like you guys don't understand. Like we what? And he kept crying. Nigga, guy was so passionate to the fact like he's actually tearing up. Like
Nah, you can cry.
you
over
know,
sport,
we're supporting
100%.
you. We are here supporting you. We want you guys
No
to do
cry, but
better.
I've got emotional.
But you're actually letting it. Wait, emotional.
Yeah, like
Well, how you
emotional,
get
like
Me too, bro.
No, you can get emotional, bro. Like you can get like
And no
to the
tears
point-
come out.
bro. You know your emotions get so high, but
Especially
you don't-
especially if you have friends that are like supporting the opposite team. you know?
exactly that
It's like-
counts into it.
Messi West.
You know them niggas got talk.
Me and these niggas
You're
like
not gonna
we-
talk,
Bro, even within us, back in high school, like year 10, it was
trouble each
fucked. If your team lost,
You
You know you gotta
You
get
knew-
drunk.
I didn't want to go to school, bro.
you knew that day you're done. You're getting fucking bullied.
I didn't want to go to school, bro. I was like, nah,
You're getting
today I'm
bullied
gonna
that
get
day,
sick,
bro.
Nah, I don't take it serious.
You know?
Not to that point.
But I feel like it's worse, like in Africa and Europe. Like,
they-
to them, it's like soccer. Oh,
Take it
And look,
serious.
another big
Next year is
example.
40.
Another big example. Ukraine. They're in the middle of a crisis, yeah. But even in the middle of that crisis, they still have time to be racist. Like, just deep how fucked that is.
Yeah, but the
Your
black
country's
people-
your country's going through some messed up shit, but you're like, nah, we're heroes. We're racist still, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, black people can't get in. No.
Yeah, that's a
Europe is done.
How about
Russia,
you?
all them places are done.
Where do you think you would never go, man? Like you've seen, you're like, nah, this place, the edge.
Nah, I don't really know it. I've seen on YouTube some areas that are racist. Like there's a lot of places that as a black person when you you want to travel.
No,
and
no,
shit.
like
Nah, listen. As a black person, when you want to travel, you have to certain things. Like if you go to a place you don't know, like overseas and shit, trying to travel. Majority of the time, you gotta also put in consideration that is this place racist or on all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but to be honest, for me, I don't really know it, but I know there's a lot of places
That
if you wanna travel, you have to
consider, bro.
You have to consider. You know, white people are cool. But as a black person, you have to consider that in like, so do they accept black people here? You know, can I just travel freely like that? I know there's a lot of places, but I don't know
Europe. Europe is done. Like it's just deep inside, because they're the ones that colonized basically the world. They're fucked.
Basically, they look down on us everywhere, pretty much.